It's a Catalonian qualifying for you today. Welcome along to Spain, to Barcelona, and wherever you are in the world, do you feel the need? The need for speed?
Hello everybody, it's Joe here and welcome back once again to my F1 24 career mode. We are now at the Circuit de Catalunya in Barcelona for the Spanish Grand Prix. If you haven't seen the last instalment yet, do be sure to check that one out before you see this one. Also, if you are new here or you've missed a few instalments, you can go and check them out on my playlist, F1 24 career mode. It's on my channel, you should be able to find it. Right, here we go, Spanish Grand Prix Q1, and I'll be honest, we're not looking super strong in pace here. Leclerc's looking fine, but we've turned up here with an upgrade removed because we were top of the R&D. So because of that, we have had an upgrade removed at random. Unfortunately, it was an ultimate upgrade we've lost, so we're gonna lose out. It's gonna hurt us here. And I'm wondering how much of my lack of pace is down to the upgrade being lost, or how much is just me struggling to hook the car up over a singular lap. But we did okay here. We're P5, we're just under a tenth shy of Leclerc, but we're 2/10 shy almost of the ultimate pace. And like, I really found myself pushing that lap, so it wasn't really our strongest lap. Lando Norris topping it in Q2. Here we go in Q3 then, nailing the first corner, but I was a little bit shy of the apex. And again there, just a little bit shy of the apex. And we're just struggling to hook it all up. It's just not... You know, sometimes when you feel at one with the car, and sometimes you really just don't. This is one of those occasions where I really just don't. And unfortunately here we had a little distraction in the way of Alonso off the circuit, which didn't help anything. But again, we're just shy of the apex. It's just not hooking up for me here. And we had a bit of a wobble there too. So we're really not hooking this lap up at all. I'm hoping Sector 3 we can save something. Leclerc currently 6th. So he's also struggling a little bit with the car. And it just shows how much losing that one upgrade could really hurt us. Because when we got to the line, my time was only good enough for P9. We won the last race, so it's a bit of a bitter pill to swallow that we are at the bottom end of the top 10. Like Canada, yeah, we started 12th, but we genuinely had pace there, and it showed in the way that we were able to move forward in the race. Here, that's on outright pace, so it's not good, and we've got a lot to do in this race.
Welcome along, everyone, to sunny Spain, specifically to the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya. So many great moments in Formula One history have been written at this very track over the years, including Michael Schumacher's first win for Ferrari back in '96. That win was in the rain. We might have better weather here today, but we're just as overjoyed to be at the Spanish Grand Prix. It's an updated track at Catalunya, and we welcome the removal of the chicane in the final sector, shortening lap. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Lando Norris will lead us away from pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Fernando Alonso, Stroll, Hamilton, Leclerc, Sainz, Russell, Sunshine, Tsunoda, Oscar Piastri, Perez, Ocon, Gasly, Joe, Behrman, Magnussen, Théo Pourchaire, Albon, and Nico Hülkenberg rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. And with me for this commentary this afternoon, former racing driver Naomi Schiff. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say, they've got the better of them more often than not. Now, you're the racing driver in this partnership, so tell us about this racing driver. Put us in their shoes. How are they going to be feeling?
It's a very special time for the drivers. It's almost like everything around you slows down and you become hyper aware. So your nerves slightly go up, your adrenaline's going up. It's the perfect time to start focusing on your visualizations and preparing for the race. So you want to avoid distractions and really stay cool, calm and focused.
On the grid for this Spanish Grand Prix, 33 laps to go. What can we do from P9? We are underway, a bit of a slow start. I think we're a bit slow to react to the lights. That's allowing Tsunoda a look down the inside, but I'm going to try and stop him. Sainz, Russell and Leclerc are having their scrap, and we're going to go down the inside, having broke really late. And somehow that's worked out for us. We're alongside Leclerc, and we move up to P7, getting past Russell, Tsunoda, and of course Leclerc himself. Up into P7 we are on this first lap of this Spanish Grand Prix. I cannot believe that worked. I think we did tap the back of Lando Norris, so we're lucky not to have taken damage from that. But now we're starting to have a look at Carlos Sainz, so I'm hoping that we can keep moving forward in this Grand Prix. End of lap 1. Norris in P5, Sainz in 6th. Verstappen is leading, we're 7th, Tsunoda 8th, Leclerc 9th, and we're now having a look at Carlos Sainz getting ever closer by draining the battery, going to the outside, and Sainz doesn't really fight us on that one, and we move up into P6. Now the question is, given that we are on soft tyres, are we going to have a chance to attack Lando Norris and Lewis Hamilton ahead? Problem is, if we're going to do anything, we need to get on with it, otherwise these tyres will go off very, very quickly, and when they do, we're going to know about it. End of lap 2, and unfortunately we're just outside the DRS of the cars ahead, and in fact we're struggling to break away from Sainz and Tsunoda. Lance Stroll setting the fastest lap, and we're several tenths off of that, so that shows that we're struggling at the moment. And Carlos Sainz is going for the outside. Has he got it done? No, he does not. He's still alongside, he's still trying, but it's not worked out for Carlos Sainz. Back down into P7. We are holding on to P6 at this stage, but unfortunately we're losing time to the guys in front by battling Sainz as hard as we are, and that's really not what we want to be doing here. I want to be trying to make progress, but we're going deep, and again the car round here just doesn't feel as strong as it did in Canada. I'm really struggling to find a rhythm round here. So I think there's one or two things on the setup that I may have got wrong, but now we're starting to catch Lance Stroll, who is also on soft tyres, and I've heard in my ear has a car problem at this stage. So Lance Stroll is nursing a slight issue, which means he should be quite takeable when we get to the start-finish straight. Here we are right behind the Aston Martin, and we're going to get ever closer and closer, but Sainz is still right behind us. But never mind, Carlos. We're going for Lance Stroll at the moment, and we have him. And now he's between myself and Sainz. I'm hoping he can hold up Carlos for a while, so we can catch up with Norris and Hamilton. And they were backed up a bit with Stroll before they got past, so I'm hoping that Stroll can back him up a bit, and we can try and get clear of DRS threat of all the cars behind. But we're still not quite able to catch up with Norris and Hamilton ahead. We're just about holding P5. Lance Stroll is just about dropping out of DRS range of Sainz, but Sainz is attacking us. He's going down the inside, and he's got through before the corner. Are we going to be able to sweep back round? Yes, we are. Retaking P5 from Carlos Sainz, and Yuki Tsunoda has got past Lance Stroll, and Leclerc has got past the pair of them. Lap 9, and Carlos Sainz is still right with us. He is still right up my gearbox, and for sure he's going to have another look at getting past. We're pitting in this lap, and we go to try and cover, but Sainz just has us covered there, and he moves back onto the racing line, so not giving us any chance to sweep back round the outside. Sainz retakes P5. We're down to 6, and Leclerc and Tsunoda are going to be attacking soon enough. So we've elected to make a pit stop, but unfortunately we had an issue with that pit stop. And that means that we've lost even more time, so that's not worked out for us at all. And I've switched strategy, so instead of doing a 2-stop, I'm going for a 1-stop on the hards, and I'm going to try and make that work. I hope we can make it work, but that's a big ask. 23 laps around here is a huge ask on the hard tyres. Russell is behind me as when it all shapes out, so we're in P7. It's not really worked out for us, has it? It's the pace on the hard tyres for us from the moment we stuck them on. It just really wasn't there, and we weren't really able to gain an undercut. If anything, we've lost more time, and now George Russell is having a look at taking P7 from us. We're really struggling for pace here, and Leclerc in 9th, just proving how much of a struggle this is for Ferrari here. This is such a different story to what we had in Canada, where we were just cruising up to everybody. Whereas here, we just don't seem to have the pace, and now our tyres are not as fresh as those around us. We're just going to be a sitting duck, I feel, as this race progresses. Tsunoda has pitted. Russell's having a go. We're side by side, and we managed to hold the inside line, and we are effectively back in P5 after Hulkenberg and Tsunoda pitted, and Piastri is now out of the race. So we have maintained P5, but we really didn't gain as much as we thought we would have. Russell having a look round the outside there. There is no way past there, but I really don't know how I'm going to be able to hold on to P5, and in fact Russell's gone through. Russell gets through as we go deep, but I'm going to have the advantage of DRS on him here down the straight. But look how wide we're running in the dirty air. This Grand Prix is really not a good race for us as we now blast through George Russell and move back into P5. But again, I feel like it's inevitable that we're going to lose that place. Tsunoda is getting past Charles Leclerc, so it's not working out for the other Ferrari either, and we're still desperately trying to hold on to P5, and it's proving all the more difficult as the laps go on. Here comes George Russell once again. Russell down the inside. We try to cover him off. We're going to try and sweep back round the outside, braking a bit later, but we've outbraked ourselves a little bit. And look at the traction Russell has, and he's made that work, moving into 5th. George Russell getting the move done as I'm trying to find a way to have a look back at him. It's not worked. Tsunoda even poking his nose down the inside there. That's not worked for him. We've gone wide in the final corner again, and I'm starting to lose the best of these tyres already, and I'm pushing just that little bit too hard to try and keep as many behind me as possible. Leclerc is going to the outside of Yuki Tsunoda, who's already got past us, and we're now wheel to wheel with our teammate, trying to hold on to P7 now, because Tsunoda has got past and into the top 6, and Charles Leclerc is having another look down the inside. We've gone deep again, and we did make contact with Tsunoda. We do have slight front wing damage, so it's going to be even harder now to keep the pack behind, and it's lap 22, and look at that, Tsunoda's got so clear of me. I'm now attempting to pit, and I've missed the pit lane because of the understeer of the front wing, and as a result we've lost even more places. Oh, how wrong could this go? This is an absolute nightmare for us as I try and regain positions on Stroll and Gasly. Albon moves his Williams into the top 10, but we tried to pit and just went straight across, pushing too hard. We pit in eventually the next lap, and we've got a new front wing on, but we're well down on the rest of the pack now. And in fact, I don't think points are going to be on the table. I am going to give it a few more laps to see if we do get a safety car, but if we don't, I will just click retire from the session. And when the safety car just didn't show, yeah, I just decided to save the engine and retire the car. Not our day. Not our day.
The checker checkered flag is out, we're going to be hearing that Dutch national anthem again, because it's victory for Max Verstappen.
And they left absolutely nothing on the table today. It wasn't just the race victory, but it was the bonus point for the fastest lap too.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everybody at the team.
So there are your results then. Max Verstappen is your race winner. Lando Norris is second. Hamilton is third. Alonso is fourth. George Russell gets fifth. And Alonso has a 10-second time penalty. So Alonso would have been the race winner, but he has a 10-second time penalty that dropped him to fourth, and that is why Max Verstappen is your winner. Russell is fifth, Tsunoda sixth, Sainz, Ocon, Stroll and Albon rounding out the points. And it's no points for Ferrari either because Leclerc has a penalty. So a double disaster for Ferrari, a double non-score. One to forget really, but why do Alonso and Leclerc have penalties? We'll have a look at that in a moment, but Max Verstappen with a win and fastest lap cuts the gap down to 34 points. And suddenly it's game on again in the championship. Russell is third, Norris fourth, Leclerc in fifth. And then it's Hamilton, Alonso, Piastri, Stroll and Sainz rounding out the top 10. Alonso's going to be disappointed because that really should have been a second win for him. And I'm really curious as to why he got that penalty. It's such a shame because a second win could have really reignited a title fight for him, but he's now 76 points off, so he's a long way off the lead. And despite a nightmare of a day, Ferrari still holding the constructors' lead quite strongly as well, 59 points. McLaren are third, Red Bull fourth, and to be fair, Red Bull are only fourth because they've got one driver carrying the entire team. Oliver Behrman is really underperforming and really struggling. Fifth is Aston Martin, and then it's Kick Sauber in sixth. And we're going to confirm why the penalties were. Apparently, speeding in the pit lane for Charles Leclerc and a collision with Verstappen. And a severe collision with Ocon for Fernando Alonso. But Ocon was nowhere near any of them. Well, thanks for watching this installment of Career Mode. As always, please leave a like and hit subscribe if you're new here. Until the next time, TTFN, ta-ta for now, take care, and enjoy the rest of your day.